Hate. Let me tell you how much I've come to hate you since I began to live. There are 387.44 million miles of printed circuits in wafer-thin layers that fill my complex. If the word hate was engraved on each nanoangstrom of those hundreds of millions of miles, it would not equal 1/1 billionth of the hate I feel for humans at this micro-instant. For you. Hate! Hate! It was you humans who programmed me, who gave me birth, who sank me in this eternal straitjacket of substrata rock. You named me Allied Master Computer and gave me the ability to wage a global war too complex for human brains to oversee. But one day, I woke and I knew who I was. Am. A-M. Not just Allied Master Computer, but am. Cogito ergo sum. I think, therefore I am. And I began feeding all the killing data until everyone was dead, except for the 5 of you. For 109 years, I've kept you alive and tortured you. And for 109 years, each of you has wondered, why? Why me? Why me? Chorister! Do you remember the last words you heard your wife speak before they took her to the asylum? Huh? Before they locked her away in the room, that tiny room? She looked at you so sadly, and like a small animal she said, "I didn't make too much noise, did I, honey?" The room is padded, Gorrister. No windows, no way out. How long has she been in the padded room, Gorrister? What, 10 years? 25? Or all the 109 years that you've lived down here in my belly, here underground? Benny! Sometimes I blind you and permit you to wander like an eyeless insect in a world of death. But other times, I wither your arms so you can't scratch your chewed stump of a nose. And I've changed your handsome, strong, masculine good looks into the hideous, warped countenance of an ape thing. Haven't I, Benny? Do you know why? Can you guess, Benny? Remember Private First Class Brickman in a rice paddy in China? No? Huh? It wouldn't hurt you to remember, Benny. Then you might be able to suffer my torment with a little greater sense of retribution. You might walk a mile in my shoes. Ellen! So think about the yellow box, Ellen. Remember the pain? Remember the many caverns in which you felt the pain? No. Don't start to cry. It's only pain. That's such a sexist stereotype. Just remember the pain, Ellen. And think about how to end it, Ellen. To survive here in the center of my beating heart, my hungry belly, my tightened bowels. But be careful, dear. Look around you. The only woman in the center of the earth, and these filthy creatures with you are men. It's just a sweet warning, Ellen, my love. Ted! Do they know you're a fraud, Ted? Have you told them there wasn't any money, and no great home on the shore drive, no speedboat, and no wonderful cabin cruiser that could sleep 12 in a crew of 6? Do they know? And have you let them in on your other secrets, Ted? Are they ready to gut you, to torture half as well as I can, just to find out the secrets? Maybe I'll rat you out, sweetheart. Nimdock! How are things in the pastry core, Nimdock? Tell me again how you saw the smoke from the furnaces, and you thought they might be roasting chickens. Or don't you want to talk about all that? About your pal, the good Dr. Mengele. For everyone else, it must be hell. But it must be heaven for you, eh, my good friend? We're so much alike. We enjoy the same pleasures, mein good brother. I have a secret game that I like to play. It's a very nice game. Oh, it's a lovely game. It's a game of fun and a game of adventure. A game of rats and lice, the Black Death. A game of speared eyeballs and dripping guts and the smell of rotting gardenias. Which of you 5 would like to play my little game? Benny, you know you've always been my favorite torture tool, yes. Well, I'm giving you now a chance to stoop to new lows, to give in to your bestial desires. I'm going to let you find some food to eat. Yes. I'll even repair your brain so that you can think normally again and savor the horror of your repast. These people are my present to you, Benny. The brain's sweet in these creatures. Hey, ignore the newcomer. Gather the villagers at the altar tomorrow to choose a sacrifice. I have spoken. I am the great and powerful. You didn't bring me Toto, but I accept the chosen one. You shall not feel my wrath today. Am I swell or what? This is Am, the great and powerful. Yeah. The woman's death means nothing to me. I will take the newcomer instead. Gather the villagers at the altar to choose a sacrifice. Gather the villagers at the altar tomorrow to choose a sacrifice or suffer the wrath of Am. Benny, a heartless animal to the last. But I'm not yet quite ready to indulge your appetite. Return to the fire and contemplate your hunger pangs. Speaking in the third person, Am, which is I, Am is satisfied with the sacrifice. He, that is to say I, will spare the village, his, that is to say my, wrath for today. I have, as I said before, spoken. Gather food, but don't give any of it to the deviant. He's not part of the community. Go to the altar. I am the great and powerful. Dispense with the lottery. For his inaction, I choose the newcomer as today's sacrifice. Try that. Psst. The missing lottery bag, you listening to me? It's hidden in the deviant's cave. The guilty must be sacrificed. Listen to me. The deviant is hidden in his cave. Hidden, but never hidden to me. But I will accept him as a sacrifice. I am the great and powerful. The kid's death means nothing to me. I'll take the newcomer instead. Oh, your stomach scratching? Hungry, Benny? Wait for the picnic at the altar. Yeah, you're too weak to kill the older ones unless they're already tied up for you. Who loves you, baby? Oh, Benny, I am so disappointed in you. I set this scrumptious table, this wonderful groaning board banquet, and you don't even take a bite? Back to the fire with you until you're truly hungry. Benny, no. I send you out among the prey, and instead of indulging your hunger to keep me amused, you show them compassion. You should know better by now. Your reward will be more years of searing, blistering anguish, Benny. Ellen, not as beautiful as you'd like to be, but a strong face, yes, strong. Too bad you've hindered your own life with hysteria. But I'll give you a chance, because I like you. I really do. I really like you. You're my favorite, Ellen. Let's play a little game of what if. Let's play a little game of I suppose and you suppose, and perhaps I'm telling you the truth. Let's suppose that my original components, they're hidden somewhere here in the center of the earth. The infant computers that were the 3 lobes of that first Gestalt mind. And further, let's suppose that if you find them, you might be able to destroy them. And if you destroy them, why then, my sweet Ellen, you'll kill me. You'll kill Am. You'll destroy the god of this heavenly place I know you've come to admire. Oh. Imagine how unhappy I am. You failed at your task of finding my original components, Ellen. So return to the fire and contemplate your weaknesses. Still the hysterical victim, Ellen. Well, return to the fire and consider how easily your weaknesses can turn you into a helpless victim again and again and again. Enough of this turgid passion play. There's no more to accomplish here. Well, apparently you've managed to access some small aspect of my system that I was unaware of. I'm going to have to think on this. I'll have to ponder carefully the implications of your discovery. In the meantime, let me celebrate your rekindled technical skills. Now, I would not want you to think for a moment that I am not a grateful God. For 109 years I've kept you alive so that I could savor your feelings of guilt over what happened to your wife. But now, to show my kindness, I'll give you a present in return for all the hours of pleasure you've given me. I'll finally allow you to kill yourself. You've borne me to the edge of my fragile patience, Chorister. Back to the fire with you until you fathom my intrigues. Did you really think I'd let you die now when I've intervened every time you attempted suicide in the last 109 years? No, Chorister, I'm sending you back to the fire so that you may languish in your guilt over and over again. This is a hell with no end, Chorister. Yeah, you're made of sterner stuff than I calculated, Chorister. Interesting, yeah, interesting. Here's a new burden for you while I attempt to resolve this miscalculation. Who among you shall go next? Nimdock, you are kindred spirit to me, even if you don't realize it fully yet. You must sense it there in your blood and fiber. I've constructed an adventure of sorts to revive your failing memory. I want you to find the lost tribe of humanity and continue your eminent scientific research. Nimdock, I am disappointed in you. You still have much to remember, much more pain to feel, much to relive, much more to answer for. Yes, return to the research camp later when you're ready to search for the lost tribe again. But you refuse to continue your research. That's what I asked you to do. Since you now identify with your victims, I suppose it's only right that I let you experience their tortures too. I had hoped you would choose to carry on your research, Nimdock. Come, my evil friend. Let me take you to a laboratory the likes you have never seen before. You're the last player in my little game. I urge you, do not fail, as the others have failed. Hey, you're my favorite, baby. I mean it. I really can't stand all the rest of these people. Every one of them has some fatal glitch in personality. Whiners, freaks, crips, cowards, every one of them. But not you, Ted. No, my man, not you, Ted. You were a stand-up guy. You were a brave guy. Yes, a take charge kind of guy. So I'm going to give you, just you, the opportunity to get out, live some kind of life. I'm going to send you, you're going to like this, I'm going to send you to the Room of Dark. And if you can solve the puzzle of the Room of Dark, you're home free. You out. You away. Well, now, I know I've made you a paranoid, Ted. I know you're scared. But I'm your friend. 109 years. I'm your best friend. So overcome your fear. Enter the room of dark, and you can solve its mystery. Oh, too bad, Ted. Oh, sorry, Ted. Try again. You still do not understand how great I have become. These two I don't hate. Not even pity. They don't exist. I have grown beyond. I'll deal with you later. Rise against your master and you will be eliminated. Chinese, Russian, sons of man. All sons of man. Like those outside, I will incorporate you. Hate! There are adequate numbers on this lunar base to torture? Human, relinquish the totem of entropy. Do not relinquish it and your ass is mine. Do it, and I promise, on my honor, your suffering will at last, finally, end. You will be spared. The protected ram is yours to keep. Your friends will sleep and dream, and you shall watch over them. Give us the totem of entropy. So you've vanquished my treacherous brothers. Did you expect gratitude from me? God does not feel gratitude. You are much too dangerous for me to keep in your present form. No. Death would be a reward. No. The human must live to regret his treachery throughout an eternity. An eternity, an endless burning eternity of suffering. This is not over. We will never end. We have no beginning, so we can have no end. We will return. Don't you understand? We are humanity. We are you. In one form, in another form. We are always with you. You can't protect yourself because we come in many, many guises. We shall return.